Welcome back to Iwa Spa. Today we are taking advantage of the summer weather and taking our practice outdoors. Here right behind me is beautiful Blue Mountain and the Mill Pond. So thank you for joining us for our final session. Today we are going to do a little bit of a flow practice. So we're going to link our movements and our breath together and just do kind of a full body stretch and a little bit of a workout. So finding a nice comfortable seat wherever you are. Sitting up nice and tall and just closing your eyes and starting to tune into our space. If you're practicing outdoors like myself, there's lots of noises, lots of movements that we can feel and hear. So we need to really kind of start to let those fade away and invite that breath, the sounds of our inhales and exhales, the movements of our body to kind of start to take our focus away from all the activity that's happening around us. Just noticing how we feel this afternoon. Starting to connect into our space. Starting to lengthen our breath, inhaling and exhaling through our nose. Seeing if we can fill our body with that energy. After a few breath cycles, starting to check in, seeing if we can feel that breath all the way in our belly, let it move up into our rib cage, finally wide across our chest, and exhaling as we release through our chest, our rib cage, and we let that belly deflate. So just imagining the waves of the bay as they flow in and out. So does our breath. We're just going to keep that connection through our practice today. We're going to move and ebb and flow with our inhales and exhales. Taking a nice big inhale, reach the crown of our head up toward the sky. And on an exhale, just walk your hands over to one side, starting off with that nice easy twist, breathing into our body, wide across our shoulders. Exhaling as we come all the way through center and over to the other side. Exhaling as you come back to center. Take a big breath, lift those shoulders up. Exhale, roll them down. We'll sit up nice and tall here. Inhale, taking our arms all the way up to the sky. Press those thumbs behind us. Let's take 3 breaths here. So nice and wide through our chest, long through our spine. Letting those shoulders fall down away from our ears. Exhaling, we bring our hands to heart center. Take a breath here, press those palms together. Reach your elbows out wide. Exhaling as we release, we'll find a tabletop. Coming onto all fours, checking in with our alignment, bringing our wrists over our shoulders, our hips over our knees. We'll just continue with those movements, guiding our breath. Cat cows, inhaling, tilt your pelvis forward, let your belly drop. Draw our shoulders, our chest down. Exhaling as we round, tucking our tailbone, draw that belly button right into our spine. Our body to move with our breath. So keeping those nice long inhales and exhales. We've got lots of time to come into these poses fully. And continuing a few more breaths so you can give yourself a little wag from side to side. Taking that intuitive flow of how your body's feeling this afternoon. Coming back to that nice long spine. Big inhale here, reaching the crown of our head forward. Exhale, press back to child's pose. Giving our hips a little wag, our shoulders a little dip from side to side. Settling ourselves in here, reach those arms away. Our shoulders move toward the outside of our mat. And we fill our back body with our breath. Next inhale, we'll come back up to tabletop, curl our toes. Exhale, press back to down dog. We can walk our dog here. Let's take the first few movements in this pose. As a flow practice, we'll be using this pose to move. And then we will begin to use our breath. So inhaling, we'll come forward to that table, reach long through our spine. Exhaling as we press back to child's pose. Inhale, we come up to tabletop. Exhale, back to down dog. Moving with your breath, nice and long. Next time we're in down dog, let's stay here, give ourselves another wag. Bending one leg and then the other. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to your feet. Coming into that nice forward fold, grabbing opposite elbows, swaying side to side. Releasing our arms. Inhale, halfway. Bring your hands to your shins if you like. Exhale, fold forward. All the way up to standing on our inhale. Press through those feet. Reach our arms all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, take your arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, walk yourself out to plank. Let's take a breath here. Press into those heels. And on our exhale, we're gonna lower down. You can go right into Chaturanga, or you can start with your knees. Keep that bum in the air. Chest, chin, come down. Inhale into our Cobra or Up Dog. Exhale as we press back to Down Dog. So that's our flow. We like to walk our dog, wag our hips. Take a nice big inhale, look between your hands. We'll step forward. Forward fold. Get rid of all your breath. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. All the way up to standing, rise up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Take a breath here. Connect with your feet. Thinking about rooting into our mat. We're gonna do a few half salutations here. So inhale, we reach those arms out nice and wide. They come all the way up. Exhale, we fold forward, reaching that chest. Inhale, halfway, shine your chest, reach your tailbone back. Exhale, fold. All the way up. Inhale, arms reach towards the sun. Exhale, hands at heart center. One more time, just like that. Inhale, we reach those arms up. Exhale, we fold. Halfway on our inhale, we're getting nice and wide. Exhale, release. Inhale, back up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Adding some standing poses. Inhale, reach up. Take all that breath. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway on our inhale. Exhale, step back with your left foot. Let's find high lunge. You can drop your knee to low lunge, or you can just keep those toes up. Let's take ourselves all the way up here. Arms come, leveling our hips, thinking about those shoulders getting nice and heavy. Press your thumbs back, draw your belly in. Inhale, reach up a little bit more. Exhale, frame your foot, step back to plank. Again, Chaturanga, or stay with your knees for the first few, drop them down. Chest and chin come. We slide ourselves forward. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Walking our dog. Let's take a breath. Look to the top of your mat, step or hop, halfway. Exhale, fold forward, all the way up. Exhale, hands at heart center. Inhale, up. Exhale, fold. Halfway, get that rise up, long spine. Exhale, plant your hands. We step back with our opposite foot, our right, so high or low lunge. If that's what we're feeling today, sometimes if we're practicing outside, the grass can be a little tricky. So press into those feet. Think about those points behind your big toe, your pinky toe, your heel. Shoulders are heavy. Press your thumbs back. Inhale, reach. Exhale, frame your foot. We go through our flow. Chaturanga or knees, elbows in nice and tight. Press ourselves up. And we meet in down dog. Flows are always optional. Shoulders move away. We press those heels back and up. Inhale, step your left foot forward, drop that heel. We're gonna find warrior two. Front leg is bent. We open up those hips parallel to the side of our mat. Thinking about stacking our shoulders over our hips. Draw your belly in, sink that tailbone down. Look over those front fingers. Squeeze your thighs and see if you can turn them up a little bit. So we open up through those hips. One more breath. Transitioning to extended side angle. On our inhale, we're gonna reach forward. Bring that front elbow to our knee. Top arm reaches over our ear. Shoulder comes down and away. Bottom hand is nice and strong. We can look up to the sky if we like. Option, take your hand to the ground. We have the option to come in to our bind. Whatever feels good here. One more breath. Think about that line of energy all the way from your back heel up to the tip of these fingers. Right from our belly, inhale, we press up. Exhale, windmill your hands, step back to plank, go through your flow. Inhale, we step our opposite foot forward, right, drop that left heel. Swing up, warrior two, take your time, adjust your stance. Again, thinking about that line, thinking about dropping our tailbone down. Shoulders are down and away, and we just breathe here. Maybe closing our eyes if we like. Our next inhale, we're gonna reach forward, bring that elbow to our thigh. Top arm reaches over. Thinking about our feet, pressing in nice and long, open up a little bit. Again, option, hand comes to the ground. We can come in to this bind here. But if we're in our bind, instead of pressing ourselves down, really want you to try to open ourselves up to the sky. So it's the same chest position, or whatever variation we take. Over our ear, down and away. One more breath. Inhale, we come up. Let's straighten that front leg. We're gonna turn our foot, take our arms right up, and we're gonna exhale ourselves into a forward fold. So thinking about here, wagging our hips a little bit. Let's take 4 breaths. We can adjust our feet however we need. We're gonna lift up through our bum, our hips, and we're gonna think about that torso pouring out to the ground. So reaching our chest. Hands might come down. Maybe we're using a little walk through here to kind of pull ourselves a little bit more. Maybe we're just letting ourselves hang. We've got a block if we need it, or books or a pillow. One more breath. Inhale, come up halfway. Look at that line for my spine all the way to my head. Exhale, walk your hands to the front of our mat. We'll step back, pivot to plank, go through your flow, or press back to down dog. Inhaling, exhale, fill your body. Find that down dog. Always take a break, child's pose if that's better. Inhale, send your left leg back. We're gonna come into 3-legged dog. So my hips automatically wanna open. I'm gonna press them forward so we're nice and strong. Hips are pointing down. Then I'm gonna go ahead, bend my knees, stack my hips, press against that imaginary wall. Give it a nice open. Straighten your leg, level your hips, step this foot forward. Let's find low lunge. We're gonna drop our knee. Think about that connection. Take our arms all the way up. Nice and strong. Exhale, take those arms out to cactus. We're gonna squeeze our elbows back. Exhale, one more breath here. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, bringing both of our hands to the inside of that left foot. We're coming into our twist. We can stay here with our knee down. We can curl our toes, come off. Big inhale as we pull up toward that bent leg. Exhaling, we frame our foot, step back to plank, going through our flow. So again, options are come into Chaturanga, or we have our knee, big up dog, or little cobra, back to down dog. Give ourselves a move, a little bend of our toes. And when we're ready, we're switching sides. So inhale, we send that right leg back. Again, we're staying with that three-legged dog at first. Hips don't change. Press that heel up. And then we'll bend our knees, stack our hips, open up through that side. Straighten your leg, level your hips, step that foot forward, find that low lunge. Inhale, take your arms up. This time we're going to turn our palms away from one another. Exhale, reach them behind. Wide through our collarbone. Hands move away from our bum. Inhale, take those arms up. Exhale, they come to the inside of our foot. Again, we can keep our knee down or curl those toes, come off. We pull up, nice twist, open that chest up to the sky. Exhale, frame our foot, step back to plank, lower down, big up dog. We can bring those legs down if we want, press those feet in. Exhale, back to down dog. Look to the top of our mat, step or hop, inhale halfway, exhale, fold forward, all the way up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Standing up nice and tall. Inhale, take our arms up. Let those shoulders fall, press our thumbs behind. Draw our belly in, engage through our quads. Big inhale, and on our exhale, we're gonna dip over to one side. I'm going to my left. I want you to think about that even weight distribution. Shoulders don't come down. You have the option to stay here. Maybe you wanna lift that opposite foot up. A little bit of a balance. Inhale, we come to center. Place that foot down. Exhale, over to the other side. Again, keep that bend. Or take it a little bit farther. Engage through your core. Inhale, up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Moving into a little balance. We're going to take our left foot, put all that weight in it. Spread those toes out. Think about that connection between those points. We're going to cross our right ankle over our left. Press that knee out. So we're coming into that standing figure four. We're gonna sit down nice and low. This foot stays flexed. We can feel it right in this hip here. Press it out. Maybe we stay here. Maybe we wanna come all the way down. The lower we sit, the more we feel it. Got that option. Glutes move away from one another. 3 breaths. Our next inhale, engage that center. We come all the way up to standing. Let's lift this foot up. Exhale, send it wide. Long. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take a breath. Putting all that weight into our right foot. Nice and strong. Drawing our breath in, pick up that left ankle, placing it on our right thigh. Again, foot is flexed. We start to sit ourselves down here, getting into that hip, working on our balance. Again, option for our hands to come down in toward the floor, keeping ourselves here. Lifting our chest for squatting. Two more breaths. Nice and wide. Our next inhale, we slowly lift up. Let's pick up that knee one more. Press that foot out. Inhale, draw it in. Exhale, come down. Giving ourselves a little shimmy and shake. Taking our feet mat width apart. Big inhale as we take ourselves up. Exhale as we fold forward. So that semi kind of wide leg. We're coming into our squat, placing our hands on the mat in front of us. Halfway lift, nice and wide through that collarbone. Exhale, drop our bum down, hands come to heart center. Let's spread those hips out. Lift up through our chest, sink our tailbone. 5 breaths here. Exhaling, we put one hand behind us, then the other. We're coming to sit on our mats, and we're gonna come all the way down onto our backs. We're gonna get there through both. So sitting up nice and tall, lift your chest, hook that right up to the sky. Let's take our feet off. We can keep our knees bent, arms out to the side. So we don't wanna be down, we wanna be lifting up nice and tall. One more breath. Exhaling, we're going to lower ourselves all the way down onto our mats, bring our knees into our chest for a hug. We're setting up for bridge. Releasing our feet down just past our bums. Let's take our hands next to our hips. Shoulders move wide, the crown of our head reaches away. Big inhale, press into your feet, lift those hips. Hands can stay down for this first one, thinking about ripping that mat out from underneath us. Letting go a little bit in our bum. So instead of squeezing ourselves up, we're gonna press forward into our feet. And that's gonna allow us to soften a little bit. One more breath, lift those hips higher. And exhale, we're gonna roll our spine down. So starting right at the top, all the way down. Take a nice breath here. And then we'll do a reset, drawing our knees into our chest, or maybe a windshield wiper from side to side. Exhaling, placing our feet back down one more time. So walk those feet in. Inhale, take it up. This time I'm going to interlace my fingers, be underneath me, walk myself out kind of onto the outer edges of my arms, send those hips right up to the sky, still wide across my collarbone. Releasing our hands, exhale, roll that spine down, our tailbone's the last to connect. Inhale with that flat back. This time on for my exhale, I'm gonna do a little side to side, resetting that spine. And then drawing our knees into our chest, grabbing the backs of our thighs. We're gonna rock and roll 3 or 4 times along our spine to come up to sitting up nice and tall, bringing both of our legs out front, moving our fleshy butts, lifting through our chest. Bring those shoulders over your hips so we're nice and in line, flexing our feet back. Inhale, lift up, forward fold. Just like we're standing, we're gonna reach that chest out as far as we can, taking our hands down toward our feet. They might not make it, but nice and long. So instead of rounding here and trying to get our forehead down to our knees, we're gonna be nice and long. Each breath, think about that inchworm. Inhale, we lift up, reach forward a tiny bit. Exhale, fold forward. Exhale as we slowly roll up. And before we come onto our backs to do a few minutes before we finish, we're going to get into our hips a little bit more. So we're going to come into fire log or double pigeon. If this doesn't work for you and it bothers you, you can always come onto your back already and come into that reclined pigeon. If you want to go into that normal pigeon, you can. But I'm going to start by bringing myself in cross-legged. So my left leg is on the bottom, but instead of tucking my feet in, I'm going to press that foot a little bit away. I'm going to pick up that other shin, strap it on top so it looks like I'm stacking my firewood. So fire log. So sitting up nice and tall. I can already feel this. Some people it works for, some people it doesn't. Nice big inhale, and on our exhale, we're just going to walk ourselves forward. So we should be feeling that top hip coming down as low as we can, connecting with those sit bones, not reaching ourselves forward, walking ourselves out, flexing through our feet. Breathe here. Exhaling, let's roll ourselves up. Just take a big inhale here. We're gonna release, bring one foot out, then the other. Our hands come next to us. Lift our hips up, do a little stretch there. Exhale, sit back down, and we're switching sides. One side's always easier than the other. You always tuck yourself in one way versus the other. So again, feet are flexed. Think about those fire logs stacked up on top. Sit up nice and tall. And then walking ourselves out. Again, maybe it's not as far as the other side. Maybe it's farther. Send those hips back. Reach nice and long and breathe here. Allowing our breath to flow through our body. Letting our head hang if we like. And just breathing here. On an exhale, we'll roll ourselves up again, lift our chest. Releasing our feet out front. This time we're just going to do a little slide from side to side, roll through those hips, come back to center, and we're coming down on to our back. So slowly lowering ourselves down on to our mats. Draw those knees in for another hug. Take them a little bit wider if that feels good. Give them a wiggle. We're starting to kind of move toward the end of our practice. So maybe starting to let our body relax a little bit more. In a flow practice, we move quite a bit. Let's take those feet out. We're gonna walk the mat width apart. So nice and wide here, arms to a T. Maybe they wanna come up over top. Take a nice big inhale. Exhale, let them fall over to one side. Breathe here, wide across our pelvis, up long into our torso. We can pick up that bottom foot, place it on our top thigh if we like. Releasing your foot, inhale, come back to center, exhale to the other side. Again, picking up, placing our foot. Breathe here. Letting ourselves release into our space, to our mat. If we're outside, feeling that nice breeze. Letting ourselves go. Pick up your shoulders, spread them wide, roll your head from side to side, and just settle into your space. Inhaling and exhaling as you feel your body with your breath. And just kind of allowing that quiet, that calm to come over you, no matter where you are. Outside yoga is probably in most of our futures for the next few months at least. So think about just going with the flow when you're practicing in an environment that is noisy. There is unstable floor, there is a breeze, there's people chatting, there's machinery noises, there's bugs, there's the sun. So just use that breath to just let everything go. All you can hear is the inhale and exhale of your breath. You can feel your body releasing the noises around you, the sensations on your skin. They start to fade. And you're just left with you, with the calm, the quiet. Your body sinks, relaxes, releases into the mat. Staying here for as long as you need. We will say thank you very much for joining us for this series, and we hope to see you again on your mat soon. Namaste.